it doesn't matter where you sit, you've got a very good view, or where you stand, you know. When I come in, it doesn't matter what ticket I've got or where my seat is or whatever it is. I just go up the stairs and that's my corner right there.
Oh, you got your spot?
That's it. That's usually my spot. So I don't want to be sitting next to Ben Shalom tomorrow.
Yeah.
I don't want to be in the front row. I want to go and get my usual spot, top right,
nice.
where I can pretty much touch the red corner.
Nice. And do you know what I love about this venue, right, is that this venue just, it makes fighters go up levels, right? It's like every fighter's, it's like it's their world title fight, do you know what I'm saying? It's like, it's just one of those, it's like it's going to be hot in here tomorrow because the weather's hot, gets boiling hot in here, but I've seen some amazing fights over the years, like a young Anthony Joshua having his second or third fight in this venue. I remember Cole Frotch beating Brian McGee for a British title in this venue. Like, but everybody, you know, even Conor Benn, I remember him having some scraps in here, looking great in here as well. Go back, even Johnny Tapia, do you remember Johnny Tapia?
Yeah, of course I do. What a fighter. What a fighter. I personally think it might just be the fact that, you know, arenas, you get big arenas and they're amazing when they're packed. But there is something really intimate. You can't replicate this. Everyone who's here pretty much cares. It only holds 1,200 people, I think. So everyone who's in here really cares about whoever's in the ring, whoever's on the bill. You have to fight to get seats and tickets, and people are standing all the way to the door. I think there's one toilet, a bar around there. It's just got that gritty atmosphere. Do you know how many nights I've spent here, you know, in the amateur days? And, you know, like, and every time we get to an ABA final or a London final, whatever it is, you're here every single time. So I just think it's one of those special places that, you know, if you're not from here, you might not get it.
Absolutely. Listen,
yeah.
I won 2 junior ABA titles here going back to 1990. Was you alive then?
I'm an 89 baby.
Oh, yes. You just scraped in. 1990 I won a junior ABA title here, and then the following year I won it again. Like, goes back, like, there's so much history in this place, brings back great memories of me. I boxed here once as a pro. I beat a guy called Ricky Beard. I stopped him in 3 rounds, and the atmosphere in here was absolutely insane. It was bouncing. I'm expecting that tomorrow night.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a different one from what, you know, a lot of the fighters are maybe used to, you know, when they're used to having their own dressing rooms, when they're used to having a long ring walk, you know. You're starting from right there. Yeah. You're probably sharing a dressing room with, you know, countless other fighters. It's a different atmosphere, but I think it makes it a bit more real, isn't it? It's a bit more. I like it.
It's very, very intimate. Like, the dressing rooms are really tiny. I was in the dressing rooms before, and you're sharing it with 1 or 2 other people, and it's like you can touch the walls either side. It's one of those, you know what I mean? It's like proper spit and sawdust, and I think that's what brings out the best in these fighters. There's no, you know what I mean? There's no razzmatazz about this gaff. It's like there's just, you get like boxing people in here. It's boxing fans. That's all it is.
That's it. It's all about the boxing, you know. A lot of the arenas, you have people that have come just for the night out and stuff like that. You don't come to York Hall for the box, for the night out, for the canapes. You come here for the boxing, you know, and that is, it's one of the most honest venues you can ever have.
Yeah, I totally agree, mate. You come here, the bar's always packed, plastic glasses everywhere. Probably safe, to be fair, you know. But yeah, looking forward. Let's go down the bill a little bit. Frazer Clarke, Mariusz Wach. Frazer gets his opportunity on the big stage. Topping a bill for the first time. Only had 6 fights, 5 of those by KO against Mariusz Wach, who's been around forever. You know, he's been in there, seen it, done it, got the t-shirt, boxed the best, took a lot of the best the distance. What has Frazer got to do tomorrow to make a statement?
I think he's got to have a fast start. You know, I've seen some reports around saying, you know, he shouldn't be in an 8-rounder. This is a 10-rounder. For anybody wondering, and for all the white noise, this is a 10-round fight. This is what Frazer needs in order to be able to prepare himself for the next level, for the British titles, to be able to kick on. In front of him is a man who has seen everything. He will not be fazed at all by this venue. He won't be fazed by Frazer Clarke, his credentials, what he's done. He's been in there with numerous world champions, gone the distance loads of times. He can near enough sleepwalk 10 rounds, you know, it doesn't matter what pace it is. So what Frazer's gonna have to do is understand the mentality of the man that he's fighting.
Yeah.
Somebody who's very, very sure of himself. He's not scared of losing. He's lost plenty of times, but he will still be around. And mentally, it's something for Frazer to know that he's going to have to kind of chip away. I think he's going to have to chip. If you're asking me my honest opinion, I'm not sure if he stops Wach, because I think Wach's a big guy, and when he took his hat off, there was a head full of hair. He looked very happy. He had long answers. He's saying he's ambitious, he's come to win. So for me, I would like to see Frazer do 30 minutes or you know, or whatever it is. What's 10 times 3? Yeah, 30 minutes. There you go. 30 minutes of boxing.
You know what I'm laughing at, mate? I'm laughing at because you made me visualise. See, you've done great there. You've done great because you made me visualise. Big head, big hair. But anyway, listen, Mo's just going now. Let's get over to Mo.
Famous York Hall as we head towards tomorrow night's Boxer Fight Night live on Sky Sports. Today we have the ceremonial, the official weigh-ins brought to you by Wow Hydrate and our headline partner Bet365 and our official partners Everlast, Village Hotels, and Fast Line Steel Services. We have 10 bouts on the card tomorrow night, and we begin with our opening bout, 6 3-minute rounds in the super welterweight division. Introducing first to the scales, fighting out of the blue corner tomorrow night, from Luxembourg, please welcome Remy Scholler. Official weight 11 stone, 3 pounds for Remy Scholler. And his opponent making his way to the scales. He comes to us with an undefeated record of 4 victories versus no defeats. Fighting out of Ilford, England, please welcome Joshua Gustav.
Yeah, this album is dedicated to all the teachers that told me I never amount to nothing. To all the people that lived above the buildings that I was hustling from that called the police on when I was just trying to make some money.
Official weight 11 stone, 5 pounds for Joshua Gustav.
It was all a dream. I used to read Word Up magazine. Salt and pepper and Heavy D up in the limousine. Hanging pictures on my wall. Every Saturday, rap attack, Mr. Magic Molly Mall. I like my tape right to my take hot. Smoking the damn boots, sipping on private stock. Way back when I had the red and black lumberjack with the hat to match. Remember rapping Duke? The hard, you never thought that hip-hop would take it this far. Now I'm in the limelight cause I run tight. Time to get paid, blow up like the wood.
Not a huge punch up. Oh, that's definitely what his record suggests. You know, he's still looking for his first knockout. Hopefully he can get that on Friday night.
You know what it is, when they're boxing over the short distance, obviously it's very difficult to get those wins.
6 3-minute rounds in the super welterweight division. Remy Scholler.
They match them evenly, 50-50 fights. So those short fights over 4 and 6 rounds are difficult to, you know, to get their opponents out of there. But looking at both guys here, look nice and relaxed, nice and focused, and up for it. Up for it, boy.
Very up for it. Scholler, you know, doesn't look like he's coming to lose. He looks very, very fit. Looks happy.
Looks scary to me.
He looks a little bit scary, but so both of them look pretty scary, mate. So they're both in tip-top shape.
Moving right along, ladies and gentlemen, to our next contest scheduled for 4 3-minute rounds in the cruiserweight division. Introducing first to the scales, he comes to us from Bruges, Belgium, with a professional record of 29 wins versus 32 defeats, with 22 of those wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Eric Boom Boom Nazarian.
Yep, interesting one, this one. Eric Boom Boom Nazarian. He's a tough guy, you know. You look at him and you think, yeah, I fancy some of that.
He's had around 1,000 fights. I think he's had 67 bouts. This is the 10th time he will have fought in the UK. Yet to win here. Another tough task with him. I mean, he's unassuming, isn't he? He doesn't look like a big heavyweight. You can tell where all the weight is, but he's tough as anything. You know, you don't have 67 fights without being able to know how to work your way around the ring.
Tomorrow night for Boxer Fight Night. He comes to us with an undefeated record of 1 victory versus no defeats. Fighting out of Salford, England, please welcome Roman Fury.
Yep, another one of the Fury clan. I've seen John Fury here today, and he was telling me a little bit about Roman. He said, you know what, Spence, he only started boxing about a year ago. He said, you know, we've gone in here against a guy that's had 30 wins out of 70 contests.
Crazy. He looks half like Tommy and half like Tyson.
Yep, Well, listen, he weighed 14 stone what there? He weighed 14 stone odd there. And his dad told me he was 20 odd stone a year ago. So that's, you know, the dedication he said. He said, listen, we're a fighting family. That's what we do. So if he's good enough, he's old enough. And we'll put him in there. So it'd be interesting to see him tomorrow.
Yeah, very interesting. You know, whether you've only been, you know, put on gloves a year ago or not. When your last name is Fury, I expect you to be able to fight. And I don't think he would be here on this stage without being able to fight. I expect a good fight.
Well, listen, you have to fight if your name's Fury, you know, because there's a lot to live up to. There's big shoes to fill.
Yep.
And, you know, John is not going to put him in if he can't fight. That is a fact. So, yeah, looking forward to this one.
The cruiserweight division, Nazarian versus Fury, live boxer fight night from York Hall.
Interesting fact about Nazarian is he's actually boxed Scott Forrest, lost there. He's also boxed an interesting fighter on this card, and he's Taj.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, and he went the distance with those guys. You know, he's a tough guy, man. I watched the one against Scott Forrest, and Scott was putting it on him. But he just seems to soak it up. He knows how to ride the shots, knows how to stay out of trouble. He's a good journeyman. That journeyman are the backbone of the sport. That's what they do, you know, that's what they are. Yeah, and he's one of those guys.
Welterweight division, scheduled for 6 3-minute rounds, live from York Hall tomorrow night on Sky Sports. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. He comes to us with a professional record of 8 victories versus 6 defeats with 2 draws. And he fights out of Buenaventura, Colombia. Damas y caballeros, presentando Ruben Angulo.
Well, 6-round welterweight contest here. Ruben Angulo.
He's actually from where my mum's side of the family is from, Buenaventura in Colombia.
Well, you take it away then, mate. Tell us a little bit about, tell us a little bit about Colombia.
Mate, I'll be honest, it breeds fighters, especially down that coast. I expect him to be very on it. I don't expect him to beat Hassan, but I expect him to be tough, strong. You know, he's had 8 wins to 2 stoppages, to 2 losses. You know, he's moving up in weight. Let's see how he handles Hassan.
He comes to us with a perfect, undefeated record of 6 victories versus no defeats, with 3 of those wins coming by way of knockout. And he fights out of Slough, England. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Hassan, the Hitman Aziz.
Well, we all know about this young man. He's rising through the ranks, 6-0, 3 KOs. His brother Adam Azim was meant to be topping the bill here, got an infection in his hand. That's ruled him out, gives Fraser Clarke that big opportunity. But Adam, as we know, he's not just the best prospect of this country, one of the best prospects globally. Hassan wants to come out of the shadows of his brother. He wants to create his own path, and he's got an opportunity here tomorrow night.
Yeah, maybe even more so now that Adam isn't on this card. You know, maybe there's a little bit of pressure off his shoulders to have to try and match what Adam does. He's known as a big puncher. He's the hitman. Obviously trained by Shane McGuigan. Just a good guy, good fighter. And hopefully, you know, because he's had a couple of tough fights recently, hopefully we get something here where he's tested, but he comes through the test and actually looks really good doing it.
Yeah, listen, big opportunity for him, as you said there, Dan, and he will be wanting to showcase those skills. He's got the talent, we know that. Great amateur, turned pro, done nothing wrong as a pro just of yet. Looks good, looks focused.
Colombia versus England. Ruben Angulo versus Hassan, the Hitman Aziz.
Having a little stare off there, both guys looking nice and focused. Ruben doesn't look phased at all. Gonna be interesting to see how he looks when he comes into this crowd in here tomorrow night, because as we know, Hassan, he brings a big crowd with him.
Yeah, he does bring a big crowd, and he brings a loud crowd as well. I'm impressed with both of them, how they look. Respect, no fear. Looks very up for it. So I expect him to actually want to try and press Hassan. Could be something that plays into Hassan's hands.
Welterweight division, ladies and gentlemen, scheduled for 6 3-minute rounds, live from York Hall tomorrow night on Sky Sports. Introducing first to the scales, he comes to us with a professional record of 7 victories versus 1 loss, with 2 of those wins coming by way of knockout. Fighting out of Darlington, England, he is the reigning British Northern Area welterweight champion. Please welcome Ellis Too Cool Corey.
Well, this is an interesting fight, this one that I'm really looking forward to. Super welterweight contest event, same Gilly versus Ellis Corey. Corey coming in at late notice, but tells us he's in great shape.
I actually don't know that much about Corey in terms of what he wants to achieve in boxing. He's a bit of a wild card, you know. If you take it off the ball against him, he will do you. His record isn't great, but he's better than his record suggests. He's one of those fighters where if he's up for it, he can really give you some trouble.
With 7 of those wins coming by way of knockout. And he fights out of Walthamstow, England. Please welcome the current reigning English super welterweight champion, Sam Magic Man Gilly.
Yep, Sam Gilly, looking forward to getting on these scales, mate. I was speaking to him just an hour ago, just behind where we're standing now, and he was saying, listen, Spence, you know, one of the hardest battles is making that weight. Once I make that weight, you know, I can refill, restock, rehydrate, and get on and showcase my skills. He's really looking forward to this. Good fighter, Sam Gilly.
Yeah, he is, and I was impressed with him at Ali Pali, you know, how he dealt with Robinson. He looked big, he looked strong. It's obvious that he does fight to make this weight, but he's able to do it, and, you know, he comes out flying. He's an aggressive fighter, big puncher. Really like him.
Yeah, both guys now just waiting to go head to head. Sam Gilly just getting his shoes on. But yeah, looking forward to this fight. Fair play to Corey for stepping up at late notice. As I say, Sam Gilly is one of those fighters that is moving through the ranks. You know, he'll be looking for British titles very soon in that near future. But he's got to get through this test first versus Corey. You know, sometimes that, you know, last-minute opponent sees it as a huge opportunity.
Yeah, that's it, 100%. And you know, I think subconsciously sometimes you take your eye off the ball when you're fighting a later replacement, or, you know, an opponent that, you know, really you're looking at as a stepping stone. He needs to be careful here, because this is a real banana skin.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, we would like to thank Wow Hydrate, Boxer's official hydration partner and the provider of today's weigh-ins. As we now move to our first cruiserweight contest tomorrow night, scheduled for 8 3-minute rounds. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, he comes to us with a professional record of 13 victories versus 3 losses with 1 draw. And he fights out of Nantes, France, introducing the former French cruiserweight champion, Bellew.
Yeah, interesting fight this one actually, because Bellew has come in at late notice. He has taken Chris Billam-Smith, the now WBO cruiserweight champion, the distance, over 12 rounds. So good last-minute replacement.
Yeah, he's also been in there with Turchi, who Riappor's fought. He's been in there with C-Slack. So he's mixed that fringe world level, you know. He really has. If he's up for it, and if he's in the right mood, he can cause an upset. But from what I understand about Isaac Chamberlain and what kind of camp he's had, he's ready for absolutely anybody.
14 victories versus 2 defeats, with 8 of those wins coming by way of knockout. And he fights out of Brixton, London, England, introducing the reigning IBF International Cruiserweight Champion, Isaac I.C. Chamberlain.
Well, Isaac Chamberlain is in great shape. Again, I saw him earlier on in the week, saw him yesterday actually at the open workouts. He looked in tremendous condition there. He's looking forward to getting this fight on. He just wants to be active again. He wants to get out. His last fight was back in July, you know, where he lost in a gallant effort against Chris Billam-Smith. He showed us he's got a little bit of everything, you know, where he can dig deep, get down in the trenches, pull it round. He asked questions of Billam-Smith as well. Chamberlain is there and he's in the mix. They had to get a credible opponent, and this guy certainly fits the bill.
Official weight, 14 stone, 10 pounds.
Coming
for Isaac
over
Chamberlain.
the cruiserweight limit. I suppose there's nothing on the line. We've seen him make 44 plenty of times. He looks in phenomenal shape though. I wish I could look like that at 44, mate.
Listen, so do I, mate. Trouble is, I'm only 5'4".
I think his biggest enemy at the moment will be inactivity. He needs to make sure that he's active. You know, as a fighter at the top level, you still want to get out 3 times a year. I'd imagine. You know, you don't want to push the boat out too far, but 1 a year, I feel like you're allowing ring rust to maybe creep in.
Yeah, listen, I mean, you have to go back to the days when he boxed early on in his career, when he boxed Lawrence Okoli, and he put in a really negative performance, as did Lawrence, to be fair. It was not a very good contest to watch, and you wondered where Chamberlain's career was going to go. You got to respect what he'd done. He went away, he rebuilt, took himself over to America, got top sparring, you know, looked to develop as a fighter. He's come back, and he's put himself right in the mix, you know. And he showed later against billam-smith that he can operate at world class. And this is a fight where he'll be looking to impress, make a statement.
I think he'll do just that. He said he's sorted out a lot of mistakes that were in his game. He's watched that Chris billam-smith fight back numerous times, and he feels like this camp he was flying. You know, rectified a lot of things. Obviously, the fight that we all want to see is that British title fight between him and McKenna, and hopefully we can get on soon.
What about Dylan Brejon? He's boxed at a good level, and we saw him against Sislak last time out. He's had a win since. Was in with Chris billam-smith. What do you know about him, and what sort of fight are you expecting from him?
Yeah, I know he's going to be up for it. He's a very, very good fighter. He's French champion, you know. So I just can't wait to put in a great performance tomorrow.
Still a chance for you to send out a statement to the rest of the division. What do you want to say?
We'll see you tomorrow.
Best of luck.
Thank you.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, we move to the middleweight division. 10 3-minute rounds tomorrow night from your call for the vacant WBC International Middleweight Championship. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner tomorrow night, he comes to us with an undefeated record of 10 victories versus no defeats, with 8 of those wins coming by way of knockout. And he fights out of Porto, Portugal, introducing Wisma dos Ramos Lima.
Well, this is a fight that I am really looking forward to. Lima comes with a good reputation, 10 fights, 10 wins, 8 of those wins coming by KO. We saw him yesterday at the workout. Southpaw, looks elusive, looks relaxed. This is a serious fighter.
He looked extremely on it. You know, he's a southpaw, slick, 80% knockout KO ratio. He's coming to win. He really has, you know. And when I saw him size up Aaron McKenna, and they looked deep into each other's eyes, he looked as if he wanted to come here and put on a performance.
No defeats, with 8 of those wins coming by way
Easier
of
said
knockout.
than done.
Fighting out of Los Angeles, California, USA, by way of Smithborough, Ireland, introducing Aaron Silencer McKenna.
Well, Mick Hennessy, who's Aaron McKenna's manager, has told me, listen, this kid is world championship level. He's a class act, and that's why we've taken this opponent. We want to showcase our skills. We've seen Aaron McKenna a few times before.
6 pounds for Aaron.
Makes the weight well. He's 16-0, 8 KOs. You know, he's one of those kids that, you know, he's just wanting the big opportunities. He's been talking about those big fights. He's been talking about the Liam Smiths of the world, wanting to get in there. That's what sort of level he's at. And he's taking on a dangerous opponent. This is high risk, low reward.
It is. It's the kind of fight you have to take at this stage, though, especially if you want to announce yourself on that world title stage. It's for the WBC International. He's massive at the weight. It's going to be a clash of styles. Heads are probably going to go in. We're going to see all sorts tomorrow night. But I think he's the real deal. I literally do buy into what McKenna is saying about him. I've heard all the stories about sparring this person, dominating that person. I've heard it all. He is the real thing, you know, and sometimes you need to be able to show it under the lights, on TV, in front of people.
Well, listen, he's took an opponent that's come to win, and that when someone comes to win, that's where you can showcase your skills. That's where, you know, you can put in big performances. And yeah, it's a dangerous fight. You know, Lima looks like he's in great shape. McKenna looks stripped down, as you said, Dan. He's big at the weight. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this fight. I really am.
International Middleweight Championship, promoted by Ben Shalom and Boxer. 2 undefeated challengers, 8 knockouts apiece. Portugal versus Ireland. Wisma Lima, Aaron McKenna, live from York Hall on Sky Sports.
They look like they mean it, talking to each other. I can see Lima saying, we'll see tomorrow. A lot of words, both extremely up for it. Both have come to win. Look at them, he's wired. Absolutely flying, both of them. They want this fight tonight.
Yeah, they look in great shape. Listen, mate, the main thing was making the weight. They've both done that. They've done it comfortably. Look, they look in incredible shape.
Honestly, tensing for the photo. It's yeah, this is going to be a very good fight. I'm interested to see who is the aggressor when that first bell goes, because we know Aaron McKenna likes to be on that front foot. Lima does as well as what I've seen. So, yeah, an interesting negotiation that.
Yeah, I think what we've seen is that Lima can adapt. He can box on the back foot as well. He's a very good counter puncher. He's very explosive, and that's what McKenna's got to be careful of.
Change of opponent, but presumably the goal remains the same.
Yeah, the goal still remains the same. Respect for this guy for taking the fight. When Shaquille Thompson pulled out, no one knows what really happened to him. I think he just down the low, but I've got a good opponent in front of me, and I'm ready to take him out of there.
I know you don't really mind who it is that you're facing, but word on the scene and his record on paper is that Wisma Lima is a real dangerous opponent. What have you got to be careful of tomorrow night?
I've seen a bit of him. He doesn't like getting hit. He kind of freezes when he gets hit. I know he used to be a cage fighter. He's in a different cage now against a different animal.
Is it fair to say, you know, the record of yourself is very, very good, but you're still looking for that breakout performance, and with that in mind, could tomorrow night be the one?
Definitely, everyone's going to know about Aaron McKenna Friday night. Make sure you tune in, and I'm going for the knockout, less than 4 rounds.
There you go, look, this fight is a sleeper on the card. Make sure you tune in for this one. Aaron McKenna, ladies and gentlemen.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, we move towards unfinished business. A rematch to take place tomorrow night live from York Hall on Sky Sports. 8 3-minute rounds in the cruiserweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner tomorrow night, he comes to us with a professional record of 7 victories versus 3 defeats, with 5 of those wins coming by way of knockout. Fighting out of Watford, England, ladies and gentlemen, introducing Anis Braveheart Taj.
Well, here he comes. It is unfinished business. Anis Taj feels that the fight was stopped prematurely last time. He picked up a cut in that 4th round, but looked like he was growing into that fight. You know, I think Vidal Riley had a good start the first couple of rounds, and Anis Taj was coming back into it the second part. He said it's unfinished business, and he's going to right the wrongs.
Repeat or revenge. Anis Taj has been very, very confident in this entire build-up. He thinks he stops Vidal Riley. He thinks he rocked Vidal Riley. He thinks Vidal Riley cannot hurt him. And it's an interesting headspace to be in.
He comes to us with an undefeated record of 8 victories, no defeats, with 5 of those wins coming by way of knockout. He fights out of Tottenham, England, introducing the realest, Vidal Riley.
Well, he looks in great shape as well here. Vidal Riley, always confident. Speaking to him earlier in the week as well, he said, listen, mate, I know Anis Taj is awkward. He throws shots from unusual angles, but I know that now. I know how to deal with him. I'm great at adapting. You know, I'm looking at the bigger names in the division. I'm looking at the Lawrence Coleys. I'm looking at the Chris Billam-Smiths. I'm looking at the Richard Riakpors. I feel that I'm not far away from that. Well, he's got to come through this one tomorrow, Dan.
Yes, he does, and this is another test. You know, there were still some question marks after that win last time out. the cut did change things round. It made Anis Taj have to maybe throw the kitchen sink, and he was getting picked off a little bit in that third round. You know, it was a clear first round win for Vidal Riley. Second round, you'd have to give it to Anis Taj. He started to come into it. Third round, we got the cut. Fourth round didn't exist, you know, and there are still a lot of unanswered questions that hopefully we get the answer to on Friday night.
Ladies and gentlemen, we saw their first bout take place just a few months ago live on Sky Sports. And now we are back with the rematch. Anis Braveheart Taj versus the Realest, Vidal Riley. Boxer Fight Night, promoted by Ben Shalom, live from York Hall tomorrow night.
Yep, looks nice and relaxed. Anis Taj, and as does Vidal Riley. Looking forward to that one. That one could be fight of the night.
It usually is, isn't it? Like, usually we can call fight of the night. There are a few on here that probably could steal the show. If you had to place your pound somewhere, it's going to be on this one.
Night, what will be different from the first fight where you were in the fight, but obviously you stopped on the cut?
Like I said, not much. Little adjustments here and there. I'm going to take him out tomorrow. Like I said in my Spanish, it's time for him to go to sleep.
Is it different that the fact that you didn't know what you were in with before, now you've shared rounds with him, you know exactly what you're up against?
It makes it a little bit better. I know he can't hurt me. I know there's nothing there. So look for those little grazing shots that he likes to throw. The one that cut me last time. We've got a good team behind us, so time's got to work.
And this time you feel that you can put a dent in him?
I put a dent in him last time. Now this time I put a proper dent in him. I put him to sleep.
There you go. Thanks for joining us. Vidal, you heard what he had to say there in both Spanish and English. He says you're going to sleep. What will be... Okay, so not everybody will get this joke, but last time I interviewed Anis and he had his headphones on, I don't blame him. Just your final thoughts then, and what are you listening to?
Talking's over, time to work.
Very good. Will you give us a prediction?
Talking's over, time to work.
Very good. Vidal Riley.
Well, as confident as ever.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, we move to the co-main event tomorrow night, live from York Hall on Sky Sports. 8 two-minute rounds in the women's lightweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. She comes to us with a professional record of 13 victories versus 2 defeats, with 4 of those wins coming by way of knockout. And she fights out of Concordia, Entre Rios, Argentina. She is the reigning South American women's lightweight champion. Damas y caballeros, presentando Yanina del Carmen Lescano.
Well, here we go. Del Carmen Lescano comes with an impressive record.
And an impressive ranking, you know. She is thought of highly in women's boxing. She's ranked just behind Katie Taylor and Michaela Mayer. She's tough, she's durable, she's come forward. All the good things about her could be her undoing. They could play directly into the hands of Caroline Dubois.
Well, made the weight quite comfortably, looks very happy. She looked great yesterday in the workouts. You know, she showed us a little bit of what she can do. I've seen her on YouTube as well. She's tough, she grinds it out. You know, them Argentinian girls, that's what they do. Boxing's very big over there, and she was very unfortunate when she never won the world title. She's had a few wins since then, and she wants to showcase here.
6 victories versus no defeats, with 5 of those wins coming by way of knockout. And she fights right here in London, England. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Sweet Caroline Dubois.
Well, this is a future world champion, guaranteed.
I think actually she's the future of women's boxing. That's how good that I think that Caroline Dubois is. I think she's adjusted well to the pro ranks. She had a brilliant amateur career, winning, you know, getting to the quarterfinal of the Olympics. Very unfortunate not to get through there. I thought she was going to win the gold. It was close in that quarterfinal, and I think that maybe a little controversial, but she's adapted to the pro game under the watchful eye of Shane McGuigan, and I think that she's showcased an unbelievable how good she is. 6 fights, 6 wins, last 5 by KO.
Honestly, she's getting better and better. Who knows where her ceiling is? Shane McGuigan is confident that she can win a world title this year and that she cleans out the 135 and 140 division easily. But this one will be a test. You know, I've heard, regardless of how good you are, Lescano can definitely push you. She can make you work, she can make you think.
Very proud of her country as well.
Yeah, World Cup winners. World Cup winners, why wouldn't it be?
Event from your call tomorrow night, promoted by Ben Shalom and Boxer.
All smiles now. All smiles right now. Tomorrow, this will be war.
8 2-minute rounds in the women's lightweight division.
Both girls looking seriously focused. Reality now has kicked in. Tomorrow night, they go at it, and I think that these two girls are going to put on a show for the fans.
Nobody looking nervous at all. Everyone looking happy, you know, as if you would never guess they are fighting tomorrow. But this is going to be a real big indication of where Caroline Dubois is. You know, if you can take out the world number 3, then it sends shockwaves through the division.
Caroline, without a shadow of a doubt, the toughest test of your career today. What sort of performance are you hoping to give us tomorrow, and what are you expecting from Yamina Lescano, who is a quality operator?
Listen, I've trained hard. I'm coming out here to put on a great performance. You know, this is my career. This is my life, and I'm gonna go for 100%. You know, I'm looking at Lescano. You know, she's a strong South American. She's coming over to win, so I'm expecting all the best from her and a tough opponent and tough fight.
Great vibes out of the camp recently with CBS and Ellie Scottney. How much is that inspiring you to go on and push this sort of feel-good vibe in the McGuigan's gym at the moment?
I mean, the feel-good vibe is there. Literally, the stable's on fire. It's just one person after another, literally coming out here performing. And so, you know, we have to keep the momentum going, me and Hassan, and I'm sure we'll do that.
Yeah, there's also plenty of talk about world titles in the not-too-distant future. That all goes away if you don't get past Lescano tomorrow night.
100%, but I see nothing but victory and a solid beatdown tomorrow.
One quick word on your call. It's the first time you've ever been here. Is it everything that you thought it would be, as hot as you thought it would be?
No, it's all right. I'm feeling good. If this is what it's like tomorrow, I'll be ready for it. I'm excited. Literally, I'm ready to go.
I'll remind you of that tomorrow. Best of luck.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you, everyone who turned up.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, we move towards the main event. Tomorrow night, live from your call on Sky Sports, promoted by Ben Shalom and Boxer, 10 3-minute rounds in the heavyweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. He comes to us with a professional record of 37 victories versus 9 defeats, with 20 of those wins coming by way of knockout. He fights out of Krakow, Poland. Introducing the reigning Polish heavyweight champion, Mariusz the Viking Wach.
A man that has been there, seen it, done it, got the t-shirt, been in with everyone, former world champions, current world champions. This guy's done it all.
He's absolutely massive. He is a massive heavyweight. He's been there, done it all. Not phased.
20 stone.
Mate, the tattoo on his chest is so big that it looks like it's a full-sized human on his chest plate.
Listen, I seen him. I saw Mariusz Wach come and spar Derek Chisora a few years ago in our gym. He's a big guy, a strong guy, and he's hard to put a dent in. Frazer Clarke's gonna have to chip away here. This could be a long night.
Luckily, this is actually the kind of game plan that he would have anyway. He is a chipper awayer. That's what he does. He doesn't try to get rid of you one big shot. That's not his game. He wants to break you down systematically. He wants you to believe that you can't win, and then he takes you out of there.
He is the Commonwealth gold medalist. He is Big Fraser Clarke.
Yep, nice and relaxed, good reception here for Fraser Clarke as well. People looking forward to seeing Fraser topping the bill here at this historic York Hall in Bethnal Green. We've seen many brilliant fights here over the years, and we could be about to witness another one tomorrow night. Frazer Clarke, Mariusz Wach as the ingredients to be a good one.
Yeah, it really does, you know, neither of them are scared of getting hit. Fraser's known for his all-action style. Even in the amateurs, when you're told to fence a little bit and stay away, he can't help but getting a tear up. He's going to want to get straight, he's going to want to get on that jab, straight into mid-range, with the body shots, go upstairs, chip away at someone who's very hard to chip away at, but it can be done, it can be done.
Yep, this is all about Fraser trying to make a statement tomorrow night, showcasing his skills, getting out there and doing a number on the big Mariusz Wach. Can he do it? Can he win inside the distance? I expect him to win, but will it be by KO? That's the big question mark.
Yeah, you know, if he can do it, it's a massive statement, it really is. He's knocked out big boys before. He's knocked out a 20-stone man before, a huge one, got rid of him. As they face off, he looks down to business, both of them do.
See old Ben Shalom stepping out of the way there. I think he got a little bit nervous there as well.
I think, you know, I don't blame him, but what's Shalom going to do? What's he going to do as they kick off, eh? What's he going to do? Go between their legs.
Good point.
It needs me and you, that's a me and you job.
Well, he's quite close to the back door.
As always.
Well, listen, look at Fraser Clarke there. Look, it looks focused, man. Reality's here now. This is it. This is it, coming of age fight. Listen, you know, this is the turning point of your career.
He was an amateur for, 12 years. He's dreamed about nights like this. He's actually seen this, every night when he goes to sleep, headlining cards, turning pro, Sky Sports, For some people, it never becomes a reality. This is it. It's his time. He has to take it with both hands.
Yeah, brilliant. Brilliant. Well, we're all done here. Now at this weigh-in, we had a great turnout in this historic venue. Let's listen to what Fraser's got to say.
He said he's coming in to derail this journey of yours. How do you guard against that tomorrow?
No, it's not. Simple as that. Like I say, I've done the work, I've worked hard. Opportunity presents itself at funny times. A few weeks ago, my name was being spoke for the wrong reasons. Now, tomorrow night I'm headlining at York Hall. It's time to silence a few people that say that.
Yeah, is that added motivation? Not that you don't have your own pressures internally, but the way that all unfolded, has it given you a little bit of extra motivation to get this done in style tomorrow?
I'd be lying if it say it didn't. Like I say, I'm always a nice guy, but never too nice. Watch this space.
You know him very well, Mariusz Wach. At the same time, that means that you know perhaps the best way to beat him. If you put it all together tomorrow night, you think you can make the sort of statement that you could get him out of there, a man that's notoriously tough and durable?
I'll just do my job, whether that's getting him out of there or breaking him down round after round. I'm just so confident in myself, my ability, and it's about time everyone else started seeing what I know is inside.
Best of luck tomorrow night. Ladies and gentlemen, big Fraser.
And there we have it, big Fraser is confident as ever. Tough task up against Mariusz Wach. Other great fights on the card also, everybody looking extremely confident. In many ways, this is one you cannot miss. Make sure you tune in. It is a Friday fight night from York Hall. We all know what the atmosphere is going to be like. We will see you tomorrow night on Sky Sports.